Welcome to a quick note, where we ponder a chilling scenario. Imagine being the sole survivor on Earth. No one in your town, city, or country. How would you react? What emotions would overwhelm you? Join us as we explore the journey of the last person on Earth in this post-apocalyptic scenario. Living as the last person on Earth. Imagine a world engulfed in complete and absolute silence, an almost unimaginable scenario. In our daily lives, we're constantly surrounded by noise, whether it's the gentle hum of a fridge or the thunderous roar of a passing plane. Now, picture waking up to a profound absence of sound, a stark indicator of complete isolation, the initial signal that you might be the sole human left on Earth. A moment to realize something was wrong, a bit longer to comprehend the extraordinary situation. No breaking news, no TV updates, and social media silence. An eerily quiet inbox, unanswered calls, if they even connect. In this silent world, only sounds of nearby animals break the stillness, birdsong if fortunate, or hungry pet dogs' occasional barks if less so. At first, being the only person in the world might feel like an exhilarating escape. The freedom to do anything, be anyone, without societal constraints, could be thrilling. Picture indulging in a gourmet meal at a five-star restaurant, using top-notch ingredients without worrying about the bill. Imagine cruising through wide-open roads in a high-end sports car you could only dream of affording. Stroll into a luxury hotel, occupy the penthouse suite, revel in the extravagant surroundings, although room service is off the table. Sleep as much as you desire, explore uncharted places, and dance and sing without a care, because, well, no one is there to watch. But what happens when the novelty wears off? There's a limit to the number of lavish meals you can cook with dwindling fresh ingredients. The thrill of speeding in a Ferrari loses its charm after a while, and even the world's best hotel rooms start feeling monotonous. For some, the gravity of the situation may hit immediately. For others, it might take hours, days, or even weeks to sink in. Eventually, the realization dawns that this isn't just a temporary break from life's responsibilities. In fact, your responsibilities have multiplied exponentially, and your day-to-day survival becomes anything but leisurely. The truth is, you're thrust into a harsh struggle for survival, and as time passes, it's only going to become more challenging. Survival in a world without other humans hinges heavily on your country and location. Being the last person on Earth in a vast capital city differs greatly from being in the wilderness or on a tropical island. In a city, you might initially feel relatively safe due to easy access to canned food, bottled water, and shelter. Conversely, you could be an unlucky traveler, embarking on a once-in-a-lifetime jungle trek just when everyone else disappears. Survival in such extreme environments would be challenging unless you're well acquainted with them. The catch is, you'd need to adapt, with limited transportation options like walking, swimming, or perhaps riding a borrowed bicycle. While car hopping might work for a while, air or sea travel would be impossible without anyone to operate boats or fly planes. Now, let's consider a scenario where you find yourself in a once bustling city, as more than 50% of the global population resides in urban areas. What options would be at your disposal? Your immediate focus should be gathering essential resources and information. Beyond securing food and water, make the local library one of your first stops. With no one else around, maintaining the internet would be impossible, causing it to grind to a halt and vanish within hours, if not minutes. So, the initial impulses to indulge in fast cars and a luxurious lifestyle might cost you the last chance to Google answers to crucial survival questions. Fortunately, libraries, and vacant bookstores, likely hold at least some of the information you need, so grab a few key texts or consider setting up a makeshift base camp amid the aisles of books themselves. Certainly, you don't need a book to remind you of the importance of eating and drinking. Once you've found a reasonably safe spot to gather your bearings, it's time to strategize your meals. Fresh foods should be prioritized in the initial days and weeks, as they'll quickly spoil, especially once the power goes out, rendering fridges and freezers useless. After that, it's all about canned goods and long-lasting products. Stock up on them, including bottled water, to build a substantial reserve. Every moment becomes an ongoing emergency, so being overly prepared is never a bad idea. The good news is, with you being the sole inhabitant of the planet, there should be more than enough supermarket supplies, even in a single city, to keep you nourished for years. When it comes to water, learn how to collect and filter rainwater or utilize running streams. Over time, acquiring the skill to grow your own produce becomes crucial, creating a sustainable source of certain crops. Actually, it would be wise to start a makeshift seed bank during the early days. Clothing becomes a primary concern, but any notions of staying fashionable can be tossed aside. Comfort, warmth, and all-weather durability should top your priorities. While maintaining cleanliness is advisable, doing laundry regularly might prove challenging and strain water supplies unnecessarily. So, resorting to pilfering new clothes from abandoned stores could be a simpler solution. Regardless of the essentials you gather, finding a place to store them is crucial. While we previously emphasized the advantages of making a library your new home, your quest for shelter could lead you anywhere. However, don't expect a deserted city to remain safe for long. Without teams of people to maintain them, any building could quickly become hazardous, unstable, and unsuitable for habitation. With no electricity or power, structures gradually weakening, and the constant risk of gas and water leaks without anyone to address them, staying in the city, even if it's a reliable food source, comes with risks. Add to that the fact that animals from zoos may roam freely, roads could succumb to overgrowth, and the collapse of one building might trigger a domino effect, turning an entire street into rubble, and your challenges multiply. Considering all factors, the best shelter might be a mobile one, such as a large van, truck, or RV. Fuel would still be an issue, but learning to siphon it from other vehicles could become a handy skill. Carrying a decent tent would also be crucial, along with a means of starting a fire while on the move. Even if you decide to leave the city for safety, you'll inevitably have to return for supplies. After a prolonged period, when wild animals turn once inhabited areas into dangerous territories, having a weapon could be a matter of life and death. In some countries, acquiring guns and ammo might be as straightforward as obtaining other basic goods. However, in places with stricter regulations, breaking into a police station or military base might be the only way to get what you need, a considerably more challenging task. In general, learning how to shoot a gun could become another essential skill, enabling you to hunt for fresh meat. Alternatively, if your location permits, mastering the art of fishing could prove crucial. Navigating unfamiliar firearms and unpredictable animals poses a significant risk of injury. In a world devoid of hospitals or doctors, even a seemingly minor wound could turn life-threatening. The production of drugs and medicine would have halted long ago, and most available medical supplies would likely be past their use-by date. On the bright side, there wouldn't be other humans to spread dangerous diseases. However, the downside is that there would be no one else to assist you if you ever fell ill. Let's imagine, though, that you managed to overcome all these challenges. Suppose you proved yourself an exceptionally resilient survivor in the most extraordinary circumstances, successfully securing food, water, shelter, medicine, weapons, and all other necessary resources. In practical terms, you'd be set up for life. However, a formidable adversary remains, one you could do little to combat: loneliness. It's a paramount concern when considering the notion of being the last person alive. While daily commitments to staying healthy occupy your thoughts, your sole purpose becomes your only one.